Howdy folks, thanks for coming here and checking out this Fallout 76 video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Alien Disintegrator, as the Invaders from Beyond event is currently active right up until November 26th. I thought it would be a good idea to actually showcase some of the weapons that you can actually obtain from the event itself. One of the weapons, and as I've stated here, is the Alien Disintegrator. Now when you actually take part in the event, it will be on the hour every hour when you take part in it. You have a chance to actually unlock the plan for the weapon and also the corresponding mods. Now, if you don't have the opportunity to actually take part in the event, or maybe you just don't get lucky and you don't actually get the plans for the weapon, you can actually trade for this weapon and you can trade the plans for the weapon. Before we couldn't do that, but now you can, so there's many different options to actually pick this up, and it's probably easier just to ask a friend or somebody that you know that might actually have the plans for this and the mods and so forth and so on. So look, it is obtainable, you can do it in different ways, but today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at a few different versions of this weapon, because this weapon overall, it is very powerful depending on where you actually spec it into. Obviously Rifleman and Commando, those are the two different versions you can actually spec it into, but I will be honest here, I'm not going to paint a picture that this weapon is one of the most powerful weapons in the game. It's very, very strong, but depending on how you spec it, there is going to be a little bit of a difference. If you do spec it into a Commando version, to be honest, a fixer is still going to be better. I just want to be brutally honest about that. This is still really, really powerful. It's still up there in terms of Commando weapons. And then also one of the bonuses about this is that this weapon can actually be used with sneak. It actually does actually have a sneak effect with this. So even though when you actually fire this weapon, it's extremely loud, but you can actually use this weapon with sneak, which I don't know. It's in there, but you can use it. So that's a benefit. But probably overall, if you spec this into a Rifleman build, you will actually get a lot of damage out of this, and it's probably one of the top tier Rifleman weapons to actually use. I probably would say maybe the Gauss rifle might be a little bit better, but this is very, very, very powerful. What we'll do is, anyway, we're going to be taking a look at a few different versions. I know you can see a bloody 2525 in front of you. This is my own personal one that I actually like to use on a daily basis, but I do want to make you aware that I am on a custom world just so I can actually tinker around with some of the different legendary effects and some of the different modifications, because that's one of the things that we need to talk about today, is some of the modifications that you can unlock and what are the best mods for this weapon. But as I said, I will actually be testing out a low health version, and then also I will be testing out a full health version. I know a lot of people have asked for that in the comments. I have read them, I've taken in your feedback, and I will be incorporating a full health version of this. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the mods for the weapon and see exactly what are the best mods and legendary effects to use with this. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick look at the bloody 25 that I use myself, and we'll take a look at the receivers. So first of all, as you can see there, if you want to spec this into a Commando version, you pretty much want to go with the likes of the automatic receiver. Now look, it is very powerful, it is good to use with this, but if you wanted to spec this more into a Rifleman build, there are a few different receivers that you can use. You can use the cryo receiver, the high powered receiver, and the poison receiver. With the cryo receiver, it's not really going to give you that much damage. The high-powered receiver will give you the most damage. So if you're looking to kind of maximize the DPS on this weapon, the high-powered receiver is definitely the way to go. As you can see there, the difference between the cryo receiver and then also the high-powered receiver, the damage you're going to be getting is 252. But the difference between the automatic and the high-powered is a difference of 133. Now, there is a little bit of a drawback to this. As you can see there, the ammo capacity will go way down. It will go all the way down to 6, but you will get a few different benefits. First of all, your range will be increased, your VATS accuracy will be increased, however, your AP cost will be reduced. I know that is a negative, but at least one of the benefits about this is that your damage will actually get increased all the way up to 252. And then finally, we do have the poison receiver. Now, this one is sort of, I will say it's kind of the best of both worlds. I would pretty much say that if you're going to spec this into a a Rifleman build, I would say pretty much the way it goes is high powered is probably the best, the poison receiver will come in second, and then the cryo receiver would then come in third. So with the poison receiver, as you can see there, you will get 42 poison damage, you will get 72 energy damage, and then lastly you'll get 270 poison damage over 6 seconds. So you'll get that damage over time effect as well. And then lastly, look, we have the standard receiver. But if you want to spec this into a commando version, as I said, automatic receiver is definitely the way to go. At least with that there, the ammo capacity will be 40, your fire rate will be 98, your range will be 192, your VATS accuracy and your AP cost will be 6. So there's definitely a major difference there, especially when it comes to AP cost. Now that's not taking into consideration the effects that I have on top there, but overall for the best AP, automatic receiver is definitely a good one. Now when it comes to the muzzle, there's no muzzles available. Unfortunately, you can't actually get any muzzles for this weapon, but realistically you don't really need to, because as I said, this comes with a sneak effect already built in, so you can actually utilize the sneak perks, the legendary sneak perks, all of those kind of things, so you don't actually really need a muzzle. But who knows, maybe in a future update they might actually incorporate that and actually add in a muzzle. And then lastly, this is just a skin. That's all it is. When it comes to the appearance, this is a skin. You can't get this with the Invaders from Beyond event. This is a skin that you can get in a bundle in the Atomic Shop. So whenever it comes around, it's a part of the Flatwoods Monster Bundle that you can pick up. So definitely be on the lookout if you do want to get this particular skin that I have on here. So that's really it. Those are all of the mods. Those are pretty much everything that is available. So that's everything that you can actually get from the Invaders from Beyond. So the plan for the weapon, and then as you can see, the corresponding mods and receivers for the weapon as well. Now when it comes to the effects, as I said, I will be running a low health version and a full health. With the low health, we will be running a bloodied 25-25, and then also as well I will be running a low health rifleman version of this as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here. As you can see, I do have a bloodied plus 50% critical damage minus 25% action point cost Alien Disintegrator, and as you can see there, the high powered receiver is the only thing that I've popped on, and with that you can see there that we're getting 252 damage with this particular version. Now for the full health version, we are going to be running anti-armor. I know, look, when it comes to full health, I would naturally like to go with the likes of Juggernauts, but I'm going to be brutally honest, Juggernauts needs a buff. It really needs a buff, because as you can see there, the damage increases up to 25% as health increases. That needs a buff. I would like to see that even go up as far as maybe 55%, 65%, something like that anyway, because if you look at the corresponding bloodied, or the sort of like the opposite version, so for low health, which is bloodied, damage increases up to 95% as health decreases. I mean, there's a big difference there, and I understand, look, when it comes to low health, it's high risk, high reward, so there has to be sort of like, as I said, a high reward for this. So, but look, overall, I would like Juggernauts to definitely get a buff, but for today, we are going to be running anti-armor with this particular version. So this is the Commando version, full health, so anti-armor 25-25, and then also as well, we are going to be running a anti-armor plus 50% critical damage minus 25% action point cost disintegrator with the high powered receiver. Now when it comes to the build itself, look, first of all, you know yourself, if you're commando build, it's just the typical commando perks. I'm not going to go too far into this, but mainly and also as well, a lot of this will be changing after December anyway, so don't really get too bogged down into much of this because a lot of this will be changing. But for the purpose of today, the main cards you want to focus on for this weapon is, if you're a commando build, Master Commando, Time Killer, Commando, Expert Commando, Concentrated Fire to use this in VATS. To be honest, outside of VATS, yeah, it's still good to use, but it's probably better to use this in VATS. Prove me wrong in the comments if you think it's good to use outside of VATS, but I think it's much better to use this in VATS, so we'll be using Concentrated Fire, and then I just have Ground Pounder in there just so we can reload a little bit faster. Also as well, one of the great benefits of this weapon is that the science cards will work with this, so if you want to get that 30% extra damage, you can max rank Science Master, Science Expert, and the standard science card. I did review this weapon over a year ago, and when I did review it, the science cards didn't come with that buff, but now they do, so you can actually apply those. And then because we are low health, we do have Nerd Rage in there, and then batteries included, just so we can reduce the ammo weight, because yeah, we do have a lot of alien blaster rounds that we are going to be using. But everything else, look, if you want to pause the video here so you can get an overview of the build, look, go ahead and do so, but just remember, come December, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be changing here anyway. And then for the legendary perks, look, I've got max rank of legendary charisma, intelligence, agility, and strength, and then I have follow through in there, mainly because again, you can use this with sneak. So if you can pop in any rank of this, you will get that lovely extra damage there, that sneak attack damage. And then I probably would recommend, just real quick, I would recommend popping in the likes of Covert Operative, because it does mean that your ranged sneak attacks will deal an additional 50% sneak attack damage if you have this card maxed out. Now what we'll do is we'll just take a quick little look at the Rifleman version of this build. And then if you want to spec this into the Rifleman version, all you pretty much need to do is stick on max rank of Rifleman, Master Rifleman and Expert Rifleman to give you that extra 60% damage with non-automatic rifles. And again, look, you can keep this pretty much the exact same way if you are low health, so pretty much everything will stay as normal. Science cards will work as well, and I'll just quickly show you the damage, what we're getting here with the high powered receiver. So if I put on the high powered receiver, that's going to go all the way up to 302. So definitely a lot of damage that you're actually getting out of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a test here. We're going to hop on over, try both of these versions. We'll start off with the low health version, and then we'll move over to the full health. So let's go. Alrighty, so we're over here at West Tech, and we're going to be using the bloodied 25-25. So we're spec'd into our Commando version, and we're going to try this on a couple of super mutants. So there we go, let's try that. There we go. And as I said, the actual sound of the weapon, it is very, very loud, but at the same time too, you can obviously spec this into sneak. Look, you know, maybe it just needs a case where it needs that little description put in there, but you know, because it can be a little bit sort of a little bit confusing when you do hear the actual sound of it and you think to yourself, well, I'm more than likely going to break sneak. But as you can see there, I'm just still in caution. I haven't actually broken sneak. I haven't been spotted or anything like that. They still can't see me, and there you go. I mean, it works, and that's the bloody 25-25, and I mean it works really, really well. Going up against tankier enemies like Super Mutant Behemoths, Mylar Queens, we'll go and test that out now as well. But it's still a lot of fun to use against those. So let's try this. There you go. That's them. I know these are like level 50s and 60s and things like that, but look, you can just see the damage that we're getting there anyway with that, and then we'll get that last Super Mutant Hound. Alright, let's go over and test this out on a Behemoth. So let's go. And here we are down at that pond that everybody likes to go to kill a Super Mutant Behemoth. And what we'll do is we'll try and get him out of the water. So we'll try and get his attention. So there we go. He is up out of the water. Let him do his big yawn and stretch there, and let's blast him in the face. So there you go. I mean, it takes likes of behemoths down very, very quickly. I still will say a fixer will take it down faster, but it still takes it down really, really fast. So let's test this actually out on a Mylar Queen. So let's hop over there and test it out. Let's go. Alrighty, Sunrise Fields, a couple of Mylarks. Kill a Mylark. Still haven't done that challenge for the day, so let's get those. Another Mylark there. Easy enough to take these out. Any Mylark Kings around? Just kind of demonstrate on this. No, I don't see any at the moment. Let's try and get the Mylark Queen out of the water there. See if she'll actually get out of the water. No, she's not going to get out. Let's try this. Not going to work. Oh, there we go. Now she's out of the water. There we go. Right, let's bat her legs there and do as much damage as we can before she spits in our face and tries to kill us. There you go. Look how quick that is. I mean, as I said, it's still very powerful. Oh, she's getting very close. And there you go, she is dead. But yeah, as I said, very, very powerful weapon. Here's a Mylar King. Making very quick work of him as well. And cool, we got a challenge done as well. Oh my god, there's another one. Oh, let's get rid of him real quick. There we go. And he is dead. Awesome, cool. All the Mylarks gone from here, I think. Is there one more left? There is. There we go, that last one. Alright, so what we'll do is we're going to spec into our Rifleman build, and we're going to check out the bloodied version with the high-powered receiver. So let's go over and take on a Super Mutant Behemoth with that one. So let's go. Okay, so we're down here at Pylon V13. We got a couple of anglers. There you go. So that's kind of the speed that you're getting with that as well. Like, as I said, it would be nice maybe just with a faster weapon speed. That might actually be a good one to incorporate with this. There you go. That's what you can get with a crit on an angler. Where's it gone? Hey, come on. Stop hiding behind there. There you go. So roughly 3 or 4 shots, and that's still with a crit as well. Does a lot of damage, but you probably will take enemies quicker, or take them down quicker with the automatic version. So let's try it out on the Behemoth. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 shots to a Behemoth. oh, pretty much a full magazine. And as you can see there, one shot to the head on a super mutant, and those are all gone. Let's try it on a few more. I think I did get a crit shot in there, so what I'll do is I'll wait for adrenaline to not work anymore. I'll make sure that's gone, and then also as well, there we go, so it should be gone by now. So let's try one shot to the head. There you go, one shot to the head and they're pretty much gone. I mean, that is awesome. Two shots to a hound for some reason. Trying that again. Oh my god, why am I missing? Come on. There we go, one shot. Now that's level 75. It would be not, oh, here we go. I was about to say, it would be nice to actually check it out on a level 100 super mutant. So let's try it out on this one. So let's hop on over here. Let's see, this is going to be one shot. One shot, there you go. So one shot to the head for a level 100 super mutant. So what we'll do is we'll try this out on a Mylar Queen. It'll probably take a while to take her down, but still will be doing a lot of damage. So let's go over and test it out on a Mylar Queen. So let's go. So Quarry 3, one of the other many locations that you can find a Mylar Queen at, and hopefully she'll get out of the water now. Is she going to get up? Nope, she's not going to get up. Oh, hang on. What I'll do is I will get her out of the water now. So let's go. There we go. Hey, she's awake. All right, let's try a crit. Boom, that's one. That is 2, 3, 4. Oh, I had to reload. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm going to say 11. Oh, 12. There we go. So 12 shots to a Mylar Queen, and she was level 100, I believe. I wasn't really looking at her level there, but I think she was a level 100. So 12 shots with the high-powered receiver. But again, yeah, you are putting on a lot more rounds with the automatic version, but you're obviously taking her down a little bit quicker. I think that's yeah, it's in the water there. 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Oh, is he gone? Oh, wait, no, he's coming up. Come on. Can't aim for shit for some reason. There we go. 1,331 damage. That is really, really cool. And then obviously, look, I have the likes of adrenaline and things like that proc in there, so that's gone up to 319. But normally we're doing in and around about 301, 302 damage. So yeah, look, we've tested this out on super mutants. We've also done it against a behemoth and also a Mylar Queen. So let's go and test out the full health version of this by going over and testing out a few super mutants and another Mylar Queen. So let's go. Let's do it. Alrighty, so we're over here at Huntersville, and just to show you, we are using the anti-armor 2525. As you can see there, I am now currently full health, so I'm not getting any of the benefits from any of the low health sort of perks and all of that kind of stuff. So what I'm actually going to do is, because I'm actually still procced into the Rifleman build, I'll make sure to use that one instead. So this is the anti-armor plus 50% critical damage minus 25% action point cost. We're going to be using that instead, and then I'll show the Commando version at the last. So we've got a super mutant up here, and let's try this on him. So 1, 2. So as expected, I thought that was going to be 2 shots. Normally with bloodied, look, you'll pretty much be able to get a 1 shot, but that is 2 shots to the head for a super mutant. Again, I would like to try it on a level 100. I missed that shot. Oh, let's try again. Come on. Yeah, so 1 and 2. There we go. And then that's 1 shot because we do have adrenaline, and also gun fu is kicking in as well. So that's all working together there. But as you can see, I am full health. It's still doing a lot of damage. 460, 272, few shots to a level 100 for some reason. And that's just to a hound, which is weird. All right, here's a level 100. Let's try that. So 1, 2. So 2 shots to the head for a level 100 super mutant. And that's with the Rifleman build. And then let's try and get him. Let's see what it's like with a crit shot. So we've got another super mutant around here somewhere. There should be another one. There's one up there. Level 75. 1 shot to the head with a crit. So there you go. If you want to get the 1 shots in, then it's probably beneficial to be getting those crit shots in there. Let me see, is there any more? Yeah, there's another one, level 60. 2 shots to the head, and I'm nearly sure that is everybody here. Yeah, we've pretty much cleared out Huntersville. All right, so what we'll do is we'll try the high-powered receiver on a Mylar Queen. So what we'll do is we'll go up to the Highland Marsh, I believe, and try it out on her. So let's go. Oh, the Highland Marsh. Here we go. You walk a couple of feet in this area, and you'll you'll get a disease. It's one of those kind of places here when it comes to the swampy marshlands of this part of the map. But anyway, enough about that. We're here to try and kill her. So level 100, this is going to be a good indication. So it took 12 shots with the bloodied version of this. So let's try and see how long it takes to take her down. So we missed that shot. We missed that shot. That's great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots already. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more than 12, I think. Yeah, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm not using any crits here. I'm just gonna keep on doing this. That was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, I'm really far up in the air. 24, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and also 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I can count 35 and 36. 36 shots to the head. That's a big difference there. As I said, I would love if they absolutely buff Juggernauts. We are using anti-armor, and bear in mind the likes of Mirelurks and Mirelurk Kings and Queens, they are very tanky when it comes to anything, really. But yeah, 36 shots to the head. That's quite a lot. So what we might do is we might move over to the Commando version of this and see what the Commando version is like instead. So let's go. Let's do it. All right, so we're back over in West Tech, and we're going to be using the anti-armor 25-25. As you can see there, the damage we are getting is 66, and if you compare that to the bloodied version of this, the bloodied version we were getting roughly 191. So there is a big difference in the damage depending if you are full health and low health, and that is understandable. We all know that already, but we are getting 66 damage with this. So let's see exactly what it is like against some super mutants. I'm going to assume it's a lot better than the Rifleman version, but let's try. Yeah, there you go. Pretty much taken down very quickly. There you go. Took a good few shots to take down the super mutant hound. There you go, taking down that. And also as well, I would like to get a level 100. Any level 100s in here? You're all 75s. Can there be any level 100s, please? Oh, there is actually one. Hang on. There is one that's normally lurking about up in that office up there. Oh, there's level 100. Oh, there you go. Taking it down really quick with the automatic version. So yeah, I think, to be honest, I know you are going to be using more shots or more bullets if you want to say, but I think possibly the best way to go if you are going to be using this as a full health version is probably go with a Commando version. We've seen the difference here. There you go. I mean, pretty much very similar to the bloody 25-25. So yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go. So if you are going to be going full health with this weapon, I'd say go with Commando. If you can get the rolls for it, you know, look, if you don't want to go with anti-armor, go with quad, go with Juggernauts if you want to. But yeah, like 25-25 is really good. And look, there's a whole bunch of combination of effects and stuff that you can actually use with this weapon. But you know, to be honest, it is looking like the for the full health version anyway, it's the Commando that's definitely outperforms the Rifleman build a little bit better. It probably would be a good sort of test maybe to try up against the Mirelurk Queen anyway, just to see exactly what it's like. So what we might actually do is, because I'm nearly sure we've taken out all of the Mirelurk Queens in the world space, or maybe not. I think there might be a couple of more, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to load up the world again, and I'm going to hop on over and try this out against a Behemoth and a Mirelurk Queen, because we really want to see what the difference is like. But I think we can all safely assume that it's going to be a little bit better when it comes to performance. But let's do it. Let's hop on over and let's test this out. Let's go. Alrighty, so we've just loaded up another world and we're back in here down at the Sunrise Field. As you can see, taking on a couple of Mirelurks. This is with the full health version still as well, and it's making very quick work of a lot of these. Takes a little bit more time to take down Kings, but let's try out the Mirelurk Queen and see if she's actually here. Did she load back in? And she did. Awesome, cool, and she's level 100, so let's try and take her out and see what it's like. I mean, look at that. There you go. I mean, that is very, very quick, and also a little bit quicker, I think, than the bloodied I will say that actually did perform a little bit better than the Bloodied for some reason. I don't know, there wasn't really much difference there in terms of the legendary effects. They're still, like, you know, it was a bloody 25-25, but I assume that obviously, you know, because this is anti-armor, we are negating a lot of the sort of like the resistance, the damage, or the armor on the Mylar Queen anyway. But yeah, that did perform a little bit better than the in the Bloodied, in my opinion. All right, quickly over to Super Mutant Behemoth, and let's go and smack him in the face. So let's go. And here we go, we are back down at the pond, and he has taken his head out of the pond after washing his hair, and he is awake. So let's go and try and see what this is like, and look at that! Look at that. Now, I think the Bloody did perform a little bit better when it came to the Behemoth now, but that was still really, really fast. So I think, to summarize, I think overall, when it comes to the low health version, obviously, look, we are getting the bonus damage anyway, being at low health. You combine, you know, the combination of adrenal reaction and all those other kind of buffs as well. Look, you can get a lot of damage and a lot of power out of the Commando and also the Rifleman version of that. But for full health, I would probably go towards Commando. That's my honest opinion. I would probably go down the Commando route. Again, look, if you wanted to, as I said, you know, you could swap out anti-armor for something like Quad or even Juggernauts if you wanted to, but personally, Juggernauts definitely needs a buff. I would love to see Juggernauts get a buff in the new year. I know it's not coming with this update that's on the way in December, but I would love to see if they actually did a buff to Juggernauts. But yeah, folks, that is the Alien Disintegrator. I think we've covered everything. So we've covered the mods, the best sort of legendary effects to use with this weapon, and also we've gone through all of the stats for this. So I think we've covered this with a fine tooth comb when it comes to this weapon. So what we'll do is we'll wrap this video up and we'll head on out of here. So let's go. However, that's everything for today. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the Alien Disintegrator and which mods and legendary effects you prefer to use. As always, if you found today's video informative, consider giving the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel so you never miss out on future videos. To our channel members and subscribers, thank you for your continued support and helping the channel to grow. If you're picking up anything over on the Bethesda Gear store and you'd like to support the channel, you can use my creator code BT76Zeton until November 19th to receive 20% off your entire purchase. Until next time, stay safe out there in the wasteland, welcome to Vault 93, and I'll catch you all in the next video.